1. Imagine an infinite water source, above and below, front and back, left and right. There is water everywhere. Keep a vessel filled with water. In this water, there is water inside the vessel, and there is water outside also. A wise man sees that both outside and inside, there is nothing else except God. Then what is this vessel? This vessel itself is I or ego. Because of the vessel, it seems that the water has been divided into two parts. Because of the vessel you started experiencing an inside and an outside. As long as the sense of I is there, you will continue to experience it like this. When I disappears, what remains cannot be described in words. 2. The important thing is to reach the roof. You can go by climbing stone stairs, bamboo stairs, or even rope. You can reach the top by climbing only with the help of a bamboo. Similarly, God can also be attained through any path. The paths of all religions are true. 3. As long as the bee is out of the flower's petals and has not tasted the sweetness of the pollen, it continues to hover around the flower, humming. But when she comes inside the flower, she sits quietly and enjoys drinking the pollen. Similarly, as long as man continues to debate and quarrel over opinions and principles, he has not tasted the nectar of true faith. When he tastes the nectar of divine bliss, he becomes silent and full of peace. 4. You see many stars in the sky at night, but after sunrise the stars are not visible. Would you say that there are no stars in the sky during the day, just because you cannot see God, because of your ignorance? Do not say that there is no such thing as God. 5. Just as seeing a clay toy elephant or fruit reminds one of the real elephant or fruit, similarly pictures and statues of God also remind one of the Supreme Being who is eternal and omnipresent. 6. The wind of God's grace is always blowing. It is in our hands to raise the sail of our boat and move in the direction of God's grace. 7. Man is like a pillow cover. The color of one cover is red, the color of the second is blue, and the color of the third is black. But everyone is filled with the same cotton inside. Same is the case with humans also. One is beautiful, the other is ugly. The third is a saint and the fourth is wicked, but the divine element is present in everyone. 8. No matter how you pray to God, it reaches Him. Keep in mind that they can also hear the ants' footsteps. 9. God has infinite names and innumerable ways by which He can be contacted. By whatever name and form you worship Him, you will attain Him. 10. Sunlight falls equally everywhere, but only shiny surface like water surface or mirror reflects it. The divine light of God is also like this. It falls on everyone's heart equally, without any bias. But only those with a pure and true heart are able to accept and reflect that divine light properly. 11. God is in everyone's mind, but not everyone's mind is focused on God. That is why we suffer pain and misery. 12. Rainwater does not stay on higher ground, it flows down. God's mercy remains on those who are humble and honest, but it does not last long on the arrogant and proud. 13. Just as you pray to God for devotion, pray to Him that you stop seeing faults in others. 14. If you don't find a pearl after diving once, you should not conclude that there are no gems in the sea. 15. When a raw clay vessel breaks, the potter makes a new one from that wet clay. But if an earthen pot is broken, then a new one cannot be made from it. Similarly, if a person dies in a state of ignorance, he is born again. But when he is cooked in the fire of true knowledge and dies as an ideal person, he is not born again. 16. It is the mind that binds a person. It is the mind that frees a person. Whoever says with strong faith, I am not bound, I am free, becomes free. He is a fool who always keeps repeating, I am in bondage, I am bound. He always remains like that. One who keeps repeating this repeatedly day and night I am a sinner, I am a sinner, he indeed becomes a sinner. 17. A person who helps others without any selfish motive is actually creating good for himself. 18. Green bamboo can be bent easily, but when ripe bamboo is bent with force, it breaks. It is easy to turn a young heart towards God, but when an old man's clumsy heart is brought towards God, it runs away. 19. A common man talks about religion by the bagful, but does not bring even a single grain in his own behavior. A wise man talks very little, while his whole life is a demonstration of the actual practice of religion. 20. God reveals himself to a devotee who moves towards him with a power equal to that of 3 attractions: the attraction of a worldly man to worldly pleasures, the attraction of a child to his mother, and the attraction of a husband to his holy wife. If someone goes towards God with equal strength of these 3 attractions, then he attains God. 21. You talk about doing good to the world. Is the world such a small thing? And who are you to do good to the world? First attain God. See him through spiritual discipline. If God gives you power and command, then you can do good to others, otherwise not. 22. One person may read spiritual books in the light of a lamp, and another may be committing forgery in the same light. But none of this makes any difference to lamp. The sun gives its light to both the evil person and the good person. 23. Sugar and sand mix together, that the ant leaves the sand particles and take the sugar grains. Similarly, a saint accepts only good things from bad people. 24. A boat rests in water, but water should not be inside the boat, otherwise the boat will sink. There is no harm if a person striving for spiritual progress lives in the world, but there should not be any illusion of the world in his mind. 25. If you concentrate on your ideal, you will see his qualities arising in you. If you keep thinking about God day and night, you will also become like God. 26. The truth is that as long as there is even a little bit of desires and lust left in your mind, you will not be able to attain God completely. The movement of religion is subtle. If you are trying to thread a needle, you will not succeed as long as even one strand of thread is crooked. 27. If you scratch the place of ringworm, it feels good, but after scratching, pain and burning sensation starts there. Similarly, the pleasures of the world seem very attractive in the beginning, but their consequences are terrible and painful to bear. 28. The magnetic needle of the compass always points towards the north, and because of this the ship does not deviate from its direction while moving forward. Similarly, as long as a person's heart remains focused on God, he is saved from wandering in the sea of worldly illusion. 29. It is true that God is also in a lion, but we should not go and face him. Similarly, it is true that God resides within even the most wicked, but we should not get associated with the wicked. 30. Different people take the name of God by different names. Some people say Allah, some people say God, and some say Krishna and Christ. It is like the water filled in a lake. Someone drinks water from one side of the lake and calls it jal. Others drink it from a different bank and call it water, and some people drink it from a different place and call it with a different name. Hindus called it jal and Muslims called it pani, but that is one and only thing. 31. Reading too many books does more harm than good. The important thing is to know and understand the essence of the texts. After that, what is the need of books? One must understand the essence, and then dive deep to experience God. 32. Small children keep playing with dolls in the room, without any fear or bondage, but as soon as their mother enters the room, they throw the dolls and run towards her shouting, "Mom, Mom." You two are playing in the worldly world, attracted by the dolls of money, respect, fame, etc. But if you see your mother, the Supreme once, then you will not enjoy worldly things. You will throw everything aside and run towards him. 33. There is no harm in running a household while living in the world, but you should keep your mind towards God. Do your work with one hand and hold on to God with the other hand. When the deeds in this world come to an end, then hold the feet of God with both hands. For example, if someone has a wound in his back, he talks to people and does other things, but his mind always remains focused on the pain of that wound. 34. If you apply oil on your hands and cut a raw jackfruit, its milk will not stick to your hands. Similarly, if you live in the world after attaining the knowledge of the Supreme, then you will not be hindered by the lust and the pleasure. 35. What is the identity of a true saint? The one whose mind, soul and conscience are completely dedicated to God is a true saint. A true saint completely renounces lust and pleasure. He does not look at women from a worldly perspective. He always stays away from women. And if a woman comes to him, he looks at her like a mother. He always remains engrossed in the contemplation of God, and serves everyone knowing that God is present in all beings. These are some simple characteristics of a true sage. Never trust a saint who gives medicines, does exorcism, takes money and displays his saintliness in front of people by putting up signboards,